I was in and out of consciousness almost. I don't really have a birth plan other than I'm getting an epidural. I fear that this is going to be an even bigger baby. So not good news for down south. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pregnancy update. I'm 30 weeks pregnant, and the last pregnancy update that I did was at 13 weeks. So I have completely skipped over updating you guys on the second trimester. Oops. But it was kind of a hard trimester. I'll fill you guys in on all of that. But if you guys are new to the channel, I am pregnant with my second baby. I have an almost 2-year-old little girl. She's turning 2 this weekend. Breaks my heart. And so this is our second baby, and it's a boy this time. So we're really excited about that. If you guys missed any of the pregnancy updates or you missed the gender reveal, I have a playlist of all of that, and I'll link it in the description for you. So first things first, this pregnancy feels a heck of a lot different than my first pregnancy. I feel like this pregnancy I've been a whole lot sicker. My first trimester was a lot more rough as far as morning sickness goes. I also had the stomach flu somewhere in there. So I just have been really sick this pregnancy, a lot more so than the first one, which clued me in that I was having a boy because I could just tell it was a different pregnancy. I'm also carrying this baby differently. With Emmy, I feel like she was more, sorry, I'm so out of breath. I feel like with Emmy, I was more carrying just everywhere. She was more dispersed. And this baby is definitely a basketball baby and is sticking straight out. Also, I have really no pregnancy cravings this pregnancy. With Emmy, I was craving milkshakes from Cookout and anything spicy or tangy. This pregnancy, I have like no pregnancy cravings. Being pregnant with a toddler is a whole new ballgame. It is definitely physically more demanding because I am picking her up and putting her down and getting on the floor with her to play or to clean up her toys. We don't live on a first floor, so we have to go up a few flights of stairs, and she's still too little to climb the stairs by herself, which means I have to carry her up and down, getting her out of her car seat. There's just a lot of things that you don't realize until you're pregnant, how much physical activity a toddler requires. So because of all of that, I have had a lot of back pain, lower back pain, and I went to a chiropractor. What they said is it's in my lower back, and it's there's these 2 little bones back there that you can feel, and it's those 2 bones that hurt. And they said that that's very common in pregnancy because those 2 kind of separate and move. So those are very wiggly, and because of all of the just everyday activities with Emmy, it hurts at the end of the day. If I do any kind of cleaning around the house, or if I have Emmy all by myself for the entire day, by the end of the day, I'm in so much pain that I can almost barely walk. So this is something that was recommended to me by a friend who had a really painful first pregnancy. She told me to get a belly band. So I went with this one from Belly Bandit. It's called the Upsy Belly. And it basically is a belly support. It helps to lift your belly a little bit, and then it supports your back as well. And I know it's super sexy looking, but I just wear this around the house when I'm going to be cleaning, or if I take Emmy out for a walk, because good gracious, taking Emmy for a walk is quite the ordeal, and it hurts. Let's just say it hurts. So I only really wear it around the house, but it has made a really big difference in the amount of pain that I am in. But my favorite part is that it has this little pocket, and it actually comes with an ice pack. The ice pack's in the freezer right now, but you just put the ice pack in here and then you strap it on. And the nice thing is you can like walk around your house and keep living your life while you're icing your back. Whereas before I would have to lay up in this bed or lay on the couch and ice my back, and it was kind of hard to like find the right position and stuff like that. So this has been a huge lifesaver. I will link it in the description for you guys if one of you guys are in need. Another thing that is kind of painful with being pregnant while I have a toddler is Emmy wants to climb on my belly all the time, which before was no big deal, but now that I have a big old belly with a baby inside, it hurts when she climbs on me. During the day it's no problem, but at night she likes to be rocked before I put her in her crib, and she likes to sit up on my chest. She doesn't like want to sit off to the side or anything. She has to be right up on top of me, and it hurts. And I can tell, it's kind of funny, I can tell that she's getting a little bit more uncomfortable because she doesn't want to sit below my belly. She wants to sit right on top of my belly, and she squirms and wiggles and can't get comfortable. So we're both feeling it. She'll be happy when she can cuddle mama again without the big old bump in the way. A little overview of how the whole pregnancy has gone. The first trimester, I was pretty sick with morning sickness. Fortunately, I never threw up, but felt like I was going to pretty much all the time. And then I got the stomach flu on top of all that. Was very, very bad. I wanted to just die. Second trimester is supposed to be your honeymoon trimester because you should be out of the morning sickness stage and you're not quite huge and uncomfortable. But the second trimester was definitely my worst trimester, at least so far. I got sick again, and I don't know, to this day, I have no idea if I got the stomach flu again, or food poisoning, or if it was just my eating habits. I am not really an unhealthy eater, but I mean, I did have some Cheez-Its and some things that aren't necessarily real food. So I have no idea what the heck went on, but I was throwing up and my body just felt like it was shutting down and I thought I was gonna die. So I went to the ER that night and they did an ultrasound, told me that my kidneys were like built up with fluid, and so I need to go to my OB and like talk about what to do about that. So I did go to the OB and she basically said, I'm not worried about it, and it's just, it comes with pregnancy sometimes and you're just gonna have to wait it out and it'll go away when you deliver. That was exactly what I wanted to hear, was that I had to spend 15 more weeks pretty much feeling like death. And all I wanted to do was lay in the bed, and I couldn't do that because I have a toddler, I have a business, I had things to do. So I was really discouraged at that time and thought to myself, I am never in my life going to have another baby because this is terrible. But my OB also gave me some suggestions on how to change up my diet a little bit. And so for a week, almost 2 weeks, I ate so healthy and so clean. I stayed away from pastas and like anything heavy, anything acidic, greasy. I just ate really clean, healthy, real food for about 2 weeks. And then I slowly started transitioning other foods that I normally would eat back into my diet. That made a huge difference. And so the third trimester, I am feeling actually really, really good. And I would go so far as to say that I'm feeling better in the third trimester this pregnancy than I was with Emmy, which is amazing, amazing to say. And I say this now today because today's been a good day, but tomorrow could be a bad day. Yesterday was probably a bad day. I'm just forgetting about how terrible I felt. But yeah, I mean, the third trimester so far, other than the aches and the pains, I feel pretty good. I am a huge fan of the show Fixer Upper and Chip and Joanna Gaines. I think that Joanna is just down to earth and real and inspiring. So I read her Magnolia Journal, but in one of the articles in her latest one, she talked about being pregnant because she just had a baby. And she said in her first 4 pregnancies, she felt her best while she was pregnant. But then this last pregnancy was a different story and she didn't necessarily feel very good. But that got me thinking, and I thought to myself, I wish that was me. I wish that I felt my best when I was pregnant, but that's just not the case. I definitely do not feel good for the entire 9 months that I am pregnant. I just don't. I'm not that type of person. So I asked you guys on Instagram, I did a poll and I asked, you know, do you feel your best or do you feel your worst while you're pregnant? And pretty much the majority of you guys were with me and said that you felt like garbage the entire pregnancy. So that did make me feel a little bit better because I don't feel good. I feel terrible. I'm in pain. I feel sick. But I am so grateful to be pregnant, and I would do it over and over and over again because it is so worth it. It is so worth it. It feels great. I mean, there are moments when you're pregnant that just feel really good. And feeling the baby move is probably my favorite part of pregnancy. But also I don't want to be afraid to talk about the fact that sometimes it really stinks. My OB visits have been very uneventful. I get my blood drawn once a month to check my thyroid levels, which have not been normal the entire pregnancy. And every time they take my levels, they up my thyroid medicine, my Synthroid dose. So I'm up to 100 right now on the Synthroid. I can definitely tell when my levels are off. This past month, my skin gets really dry and itchy, my lips get really chapped. So when my levels are off, I definitely can tell physically. I'm tired. And even right now, like, my lips are just really chapped and dry. It's the middle of summer, so there's no reason my lips should be chapped and dry other than the fact that my thyroid is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. The last time that I had an appointment, because I'm going every 2 weeks now, so the last time that I had an appointment, the doctor measured me and she goes, every time I look at you, I think that we need to worry about having a small baby. And she says, and then I measure you and oh dear heavens, no, you're measuring on the larger side. So that's always comforting to hear. Emmy was born 2 weeks late, had to be induced, and she came out 8 pounds 6 ounces. I did have a vaginal delivery, so that was good. But she was a big baby, and I fear that this is going to be an even bigger baby, especially because it's a boy, which I've heard tend to be bigger than the girls, and he already feels big and he's measuring big, so not good news for down south. As grateful as I am to be pregnant, and as much as like I'm not ready to not be pregnant, and which is a good thing because I still have, give or take, 10 weeks. So I'm not ready to not be pregnant, but I definitely miss my normal body. Clothes are not fitting me, so I'm definitely missing my old body. It will be exciting to have it back, but I do love my belly at the same time, and I know I'm gonna miss it as soon as it's gone. I just know it, because that's exactly what happened last time. As far as my birth plan goes for this time around, I don't really have a birth plan other than I'm getting an epidural. That's my birth plan. As soon as I walk in the door, where's my epidural? I had a birth plan with Emmy. My plan was to go completely unmedicated and have this beautiful, fantastic delivery, and none of that happened. Well, first of all, I had to be induced, which I feel like when you're induced, nothing's easy after that, because it just like forces your body into labor and everything comes on hard and fast. So that, to begin with, was not a good start. But my body just, it doesn't handle stress well. If I have any kind of injury, I pass out, throw up, things like that. So my body just doesn't handle, I guess trauma is the right word. So because the contractions were coming so hard and so fast, Emmy started going into distress, and the doctor said, you know what, you're really not handling this very well, or your body's not handling this very well, so we're gonna give you some medication just to kind of like calm your body down, calm you down, and just knock off the edge of the pain. So they gave me that. I guess it wears off after a while, and they can't give you that same medication again because it won't work the second time, so they gave me a different kind of it. Well, whatever they gave me the second time, whoa, it was bad. I don't even really remember most of my labor because I was in and out of consciousness almost. I would fall asleep in between contractions and then wake up screaming for a contraction and then fall back asleep, and it wasn't like if I was standing up, I would just fall asleep. So I don't remember a whole lot that went on. Apparently they asked me if I wanted to have an epidural, and apparently I said sure. But next thing I know, I woke up and I had an epidural, and I felt so good. So good. You can sleep, you can't like get up and walk around, which that's the only downside personally to me. about getting the epidural, but the rest is fantastic. Didn't feel a single contraction, and I was just able to relax and rest and sleep. So now that I've already had an epidural, I know how good it feels, and I don't think that I will be able to not have an epidural again. To me, there's no shame in my game. I'm proud to say, you know, that I'm gonna get an epidural, but I'm not the type of person to judge anybody else. If you want to have an unmedicated, go unmedicated. If you want to have a planned C-section, have a planned C-section. Like, it is up to you as the mom, as the woman, to get your baby out however you best can. And nothing goes according to plan, obviously, with what happened with my first pregnancy. And who knows, I mean, this time I could go in with a perfect plan again and end up with a C-section, which would be fine. So you just never know. And the most important thing is to get your baby out healthy, you're healthy, everyone's healthy, and the baby's born. That is the most important thing. So, but I am getting an epidural. And then the last thing that I'm going to cover is nesting is in full stinking swing. I've been cleaning anything and everything around my house, and I just have this like urge to organize and clean and get things ready. And I think that's amazing that your body can do that. So nesting is in full swing. I am getting our nursery, well, I'm still in the planning stages. I still have to get, like, we need a crib, we need a few other things. So we don't have anything yet to start the nursery transition, but that is definitely in the works. It should be up and running in a couple weeks. And Emmy and this baby eventually are going to share a room. We're in the 2-bedroom apartment right now, and that's our only option. So once baby is done in our room, then he and Emmy are gonna share. So I can't wait to get that nursery all set up. I'm going to show you guys, do a nursery reveal tour sort of video. So be on the lookout for that. And then at 34 weeks, which will be around the week of September 2nd, I'm going to do a what's in my hospital bag video. And I'm also gonna show you what's in baby's hospital bag. So I have most of the stuff I need for that video. I'm really excited about that video for some reason. I cannot wait to share that one with you guys. So also be on the lookout for that around the week of September 2nd. But if you guys have any product recommendations for baby or me, let me know. This is my second time having a baby, but I'm still always on the hunt. I feel almost like this is our first time around in a way, just because I was so clueless with Emmy, had no idea what I was doing. So I feel nice to be slightly more educated, but I'm constantly learning from you guys what cool products, gadgets, clothes, things like that, what are out there. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know, and I would love to check those out. All right, let's do a belly shot really quick, and then we will wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you guys are going to be following us for the rest of this pregnancy. We have around 10 or so weeks, give or take a couple, and I plan on documenting it all, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those videos. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.